Russia has escalated its air campaign by deploying the Tu-160 Blackjack, a supersonic, nuclear-capable strategic bomber, into the war in Ukraine. This marks a significant shift in doctrine and raises key questions. Why now, after more than 2 years of conflict? What targets are these bombers hitting, and why are they critical? Is this just a tactical move or a warning to NATO and the West? In this video, we break down the capabilities of the Tu-160, its strategic role in long-range strike operations, and how its deployment fits into Russia's broader war plan. We also explore the psychological and geopolitical implications of using such a high-profile platform, and what this tells us about the future of the conflict. In the third year of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Moscow has begun deploying one of its most formidable air assets, the Tu-160 Blackjack. This isn't a frontline fighter or a drone. This is a strategic bomber built for long-range precision strikes and nuclear deterrence. Why has Russia decided to bring this aircraft into the war now? What does it signal to Ukraine, to NATO, and to the rest of the world? This video breaks down the capabilities, intent, and consequences behind the decision to use the Tu-160 in active combat operations. The Tupolev Tu-160, known to NATO as Blackjack, is the largest and fastest strategic bomber still in service. First introduced in the late 1980s, it was designed to deliver long-range cruise missiles deep behind enemy lines, ideally before enemy radar could respond. Its swing-wing design, twin afterburning engines, and high-altitude flight capability make it unique in both size and performance. The Tu-160 can carry up to 12 Kh-101 or Kh-5555 air-launched cruise missiles, each capable of precision strikes at over 2,000 kilometers. That means it can launch attacks on Ukraine without ever leaving Russian airspace. But more importantly, the Tu-160 is also nuclear capable, which gives it significant strategic weight beyond its conventional role. For most of the war, Russia has relied on cheaper, more flexible platforms. Tactical aircraft like the Su-34, drones like the Shahed-136, and ballistic systems like the Iskander-M. But Ukraine's air defense network has evolved. With Patriot batteries, Iris-T, and NASAMS now operational across key sectors, Russia's short-range platforms face increased risk. By contrast, the Tu-160 can strike from standoff distances, launching cruise missiles well outside the range of Ukrainian interceptors. This is a shift from attrition-based tactics toward high-precision, high-impact strike doctrine, the kind of capability the Tu-160 was designed for. The targets Russia is striking with the Tu-160 aren't random. They're logistical nodes, power stations, fuel depots, rail junctions, and command facilities. These are high-value, well-defended locations, too dangerous for standard aircraft to reach reliably. With its long-range cruise missiles, the Tu-160 can carry out surgical strikes that weaken Ukraine's ability to move troops, resupply frontline units, and maintain command and control infrastructure. This isn't about winning territory. It's about disrupting operational depth and buying time for Russia's ground forces to regroup or advance. There's also a message here, and it's not just to Ukraine. The Tu-160 is a strategic asset, typically reserved for nuclear deterrence roles. Its appearance in a conventional war zone is a form of escalation signaling. By bringing Blackjack into the theater, Russia is saying, "We're willing to put more on the table." For NATO, this forces a recalibration. Surveillance of Engels Air Base has intensified. Allied forces in Europe are reassessing how quickly a conventional operation could transition into something more serious. Even without nuclear weapons on board, the aircraft itself is a signal, a tool of statecraft as much as warfare. That said, the Tu-160 is not invincible. It's a massive, expensive platform with limited availability. Russia only has about a dozen modernized Tu-160s in active service. Each mission requires careful coordination, in-air refueling support, and detailed intelligence to avoid early warning systems. Cruise missile stocks are also finite, and under sanctions pressure, replenishment is slow. So while the Tu-160 expands Russia's strategic options, its deployment must be calculated and limited. Overuse could expose weaknesses or invite preemptive countermeasures.